welcome back to the studio. If you're new, I'm SLEW. We're here in the studio and we're gonna do mail time. These are all from YouTubers, actually. We've got Andrew Tischler, Kipto, Proco. Ow. Wow. This is an art print from Andrew Tischler, obviously curled up. This is called The Rose Garden. Signed and numbered 3 out of 250. Andrew Tischler is an amazing artist. He's a master painter sharing his projects on YouTube. He's probably known for mostly landscape stuff, but I really like that painting of that woman. So I got that one, absolutely gorgeous. I'm guessing this is the certificate of authenticity, very cool. Kipto. I ordered this a while ago from him, but I know he got a bunch of orders, which is a good problem to have. And so he was quite flustered with a lot of originals to make. Epic. Oh man, dude. And so he was doing themed characters, and this is when my leg was really broken, so I asked him to do some sort of like broken leg theme with some painter. So obviously he did the pirate with the pencil peg leg for me, and the paintbrushes and the palette. This is really beautiful. Watercolor, mixed media, epic characters. Love you, Kipto. This is epic. I'm certainly gonna frame those in due time. There she is, the Proco Skull. The Proco Skull. The title of this video was kind of a joke. You know, I'm really not asking for sponsorship. We're painting with this correct anatomical plaster skull bust from Proco. Really super high quality. I'm actually really excited to take this out. Whoa. Oh man, it's heavy. And there is magnetic jaws, you see that? Super, super legit, like perfect cast. It also has a tripod mount on the bottom. So we're gonna use that today. That's why I titled the video, shout out Proco. He's the man. All of these packages I got were from YouTubers. And I love that, gotta support the community because I'm a YouTuber also. I just finished cleaning up the studio actually because I recently finished a huge project, this merchandise and all the painting. And so, you know, the last video, if you didn't see, these hoodies and beanies are on sale. So go check them out because they're great. There's still a little left, I believe, if you want to check out my website. So let's get weird with this Proco Skull. Proco. Sponsor me. And so my plan with this skull is to dress it up nicely, put it in a shadow box, and take some photos to paint it. That's the plan. I'm making kind of a ghetto candle out of other candles. Not too bad. Yes, that'll do. Some twine. Whoa. All right, I'm gonna put this in the fridge for a second. Just an older looking candle to really, you know, increase the production of the still life. Not really, it's very low. Jerry-rigged kind of ghetto shadow box situation, but the photo's gonna be awesome. And this idea is directly from Mr. Proco himself, actually an artist that hosted a video on his channel in 2018, Pavel Sokov. He did the skull with the candle and the still life, and it was beautiful. I watched that video years ago and I've always wanted to try it. Turning the lights off. Let's see how much light this candle gives off. Oh, it's awesome. Oh, cool. Oh, there's some lens flare though. More dramatic. So these camera settings are the max, that's why it's so grainy. It's pretty much pitch black in here. Let's go for it again, see if that makes it more dramatic. I'm running out of candle. All right, I want some reflected light in there. I have this thing, which is a mini LED. It's really bright though. I wonder if I can lower it. That's like a lot of light though. Okay, that's good. Might be too much. Whoa, that looks awesome. What is the deal with this lens flare? Oh. Oh yeah. That is it, I think. Let me see if I get the camera. So my dudes, look at this photo we got. It's so great. I'm really excited. And you know, I think this is an example of me getting really excited about a project, and then I'm really excited to execute. I'm really excited to work hard on it. And that's, I think, a really important thing for people to figure out and learn. You know, if you could get really enthusiastic about a project or some sort of practice scenario, you know, your focus is just gonna be that much more there. Your motivation to improve and to execute is just gonna be that much higher and present. So I think that's the name of the game, to get excited about projects. This is something I've never done. It was a lot of maneuvering, jerry-rigging, and I got a great photo, and now I'm just so excited to paint. That's all I want to do. Also, something to help improvement, if you need more routine, is the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of different classes ranging from film, photography, entrepreneurship, social media. You've heard me rant about them before, and it's the only sponsor I have on my channel for a good reason, because I think it actually works. I think it's applicable to the people watching my videos. It's top of the leading professionals in all of those disciplines I said. The quality of videos are super amazing, and the price is uncomparable to in-person classes. With less than $10 a month for their yearly membership, Skillshare is just like the greatest thing for people at home in quarantine, trying to learn new hobbies. If you're trying to dive into a career path, or just trying to learn some new stuff, you know, there's so many classes ranging from everything for every type of person. A class I always like to recommend by the homie Jazza from YouTube, Mastering Illustration. He takes you through a bunch of awesome techniques within color and illustrating. It's a great class. And so yeah, the world's crazy right now, you know, leaving home is not as easy and things are just all a mess. So it's cool to like really find something to do at home and really work on something, a passion, a new hobby, really learn some stuff. And Skillshare is that perfect platform. Discussion boards, classes, assignments. Skillshare's, you know, kind of curriculum is built to really learn. So the first 1,000 people who click the link in the video description will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. It's a great opportunity. Please take advantage. Thanks again, Skillshare, for sponsoring the video. Let us begin. So we're starting off with this beautiful 20 by 20 inch canvas. I'm just gridding out very simply to get a rough rubric in, just some placement on the canvas, nothing too detailed or crazy. I was actually drawing this during a live stream. I live stream every week on Patreon, so check that out if you want real-time fun, painting and drawing. So we're set up at the oil painting station, and this oil painting is quite different from other things I do. Usually, you know, with portraiture, I use a Zorn palette, a limited palette. This is an absolute chroma color blast. Chroma meaning saturation. And so there's intense colors, three pretty much color groups: intense red, intense orange, and blue. And so I'm kind of just pre-mixing some colors, just to get a little more organized with those color groups and some different values of those. And here I'm actually just covering the canvas with a quick wash of green. This is kind of a gnarly color, a weird lime green, green gold, just in acrylic to cover the white. And I just want to get a color that was kind of furthest away from reddish purple, yellow, and blue. I went with green. It's kind of a weird color. Usually people kind of wash paintings with like an umbery color, but this is what I did. And we're just laying this in real easy. Look at that blue. I mean, it's just so shocking, actually, this painting, how much color there was. And, you know, within the reflected light, the blue, it's just like, that's a royal blue. You know what I mean? I don't usually use that pigment often. I'm just kind of also fuzzing out the background because I don't want it blotchy, just as a more smooth background. But same with everything. And like purple, I'm never mixing purple in any other paintings. Like I think this is one of the first time I've used a lot of purple. But the actual drapery within this photo and this still life was really kind of like my favorite part. I think it's really beautiful and it's complex, and because of the, you know, the candle, obviously, to break this down, is giving off this really warm light, like basically a yellow light. And then behind it, with the skull, it's giving off this extremely blue light. So when this blue light is hitting this red drapery, it kind of turns purpley. And then obviously where the candle is, that red gets even more warm and red, and it's almost like a blood red orange. And so there's quite a difference in the colors in the drapery. And so I was just fiddling around, figuring it out, you know, cold reds, warm reds, purples. It was so fun. I think it was the most challenging part. I spent the most time on it because it was kind of fumbling around figuring it out, but it was by far the most fun, and I'm really happy with it. I think it really just makes the whole composition, it's like, you know, you're just like in this world of drapery, and then there's this skull. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this color also in the skull, where the light is hitting the candlelight, it's super saturated, intense orange, and So that's kind of hard for me. Maybe I went over chroma, maybe I went too much, but I usually mute colors out, and so I'm not used to using straight cadmiums and straight, you know, really chromatic colors out of the tube, but I think I figured it out eventually. This is all very fast. This painting session is just 2 sessions of like 3 hours, you know, and it's a pretty big painting for that much. 20 by 20 inches is bigger than I thought, or bigger than I usually paint. And this candle also was like the one thing I was like, I wonder how I'm gonna do this, because the glow and aura of the candle light is very interesting to me, and I've seen so many people paint it, and I was really excited. I think it came out fine. Maybe next time I'll try something else, but you can kind of see that brown color as the aura glow behind this like very dark blue background. I think it's fine, and in the actual fire of the candle is the only time I use straight white, because that's by far the most the highest value, the most exposed part. But look at this orange just in that candlelight. Oh, I loved it. That was like my favorite part. This was just a very fun painting, and I'm really glad I did it. Again, very different than what I usually paint, just chroma blast. Like, it's almost too much color. It's not my favorite thing to do. I had fun doing it. I'm glad I did it, but honestly, I do enjoy muted colors more, because then, you know, obviously, when you do pop some chroma in there, it's more relevant and it's more impactful, perhaps. So when the whole canvas is just absolute color, it's kind of not overwhelming, but this is just a dramatic composition, dramatic lighting, dramatic color, so we're just indulging, and you could see these final little highlights. Oh, it's just a cool scene. So dark, candlelight, intense colors. What a blast. You know, it was very like indulgent. Like, I feel like it was just gluttonous painting, epic colors. Also very quick. You know, maybe in the future I'll really do a more intense still life, you know, composition, and spend like a week or more on it, because I had a really fun time doing this, and I could have worked on this painting for way longer. This was kind of more of a quick practice session, but there she is. So we're gonna call it there. It was 2 solid 3-4 hour sessions, back-to-back days. You know, it's so cold in the studio, it takes forever for the oil paint to dry, so it was really like an alla prima sketch. I was really happy with the outcome, but more I was excited about the whole production I did, as small as it was, with the shadow box and arranging the still life and the candle and the light and taking the photo. That sort of thing, that like experience really got me excited to then paint. You know, I kept saying this throughout the video, practicing isn't really glamorous. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, you know, drawing and painting and just sitting in a chair for hours and hours. It's mundane and tiresome. So if you could get yourself motivated and enthusiastic about some sort of cool project, I think that's the name of the game, and it will only help you to sit in front of that canvas for even longer and more often. And that's the name of the game: familiarity and exposure to improve. Shout out Proco for the skull, and yeah, that's all I got. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram. Bunch of awesome projects coming soon in the studio, in the world. Craziness. We're gonna get weird. See you in the next video.